After listening to the experts, I am fully convinced they have already made up their mind to implement this program. Though there are differences of opinion, these are all very minor. Nitur in adversum, that means advance in spite of difficulties. Even 1,000 miles journey must begin with one step forward. If we all cooperate together, I am sure this will become a reality. Labor omnia vincit, that is, labor conquers everything. We have talked about the social aspect, environmental aspect, and technical aspect. As a student of politics, I request the honorable members who are very close to the government to suggest my humble view in person so that these problems can be solved without much fuss. Let us hope this particular seminar in the auspicious town of Goddess Meenakshi and my good friend Mr. Kamaraj, who has been instrumental in this sort of schemes, all of us join together and see to that we succeed. We will definitely succeed. There is no failure. Sweat and smile. Thank you very much.
Madurai has got a lot of heritage in history and in politics. That is why I think you selected a place, Madurai, to conduct such a technical workshop. Because why I am telling, you might have got previously with some other ideas, you have come here and now you are going to Delhi or other places with positive thinking. Why I stress again? Because you have lot of doubts. When Professor A.C. Kamaraj presented the project in Delhi, some 2 days, you have raised a lot of questions, some 40 questions. He brought it here and discussed with us, and we have supplemented. Now, you have got some views, different views. Definitely, you must have some positive thinking. Like Professor Santamurthy was telling, I want to supplement one more. In Tamil Nadu, former Chief Minister, Mr. Kamaraj, gone to various cities, asking the people any problem. Yes, they will give so on, 1 and 2 or 2 problems. Immediately he will refer to officers, accompanying. Sir, that is not possible. Immediately Kamaraj was telling, you are not here to tell, it's not possible. Please have your mind to do things which is very essential to public. At the same view, I am also requesting all the dignitaries here to have an open mind about this Nawad Council proposals of interlinking of rivers with positive thinking. Whatever problems, we are all technocrats. Nothing is impossible in the world if you have a mind to do it. So, this proposal is definitely viable. Here and there are maybe shortcomings. That can be sorted out. And Mr. Kamaraji said, I wanted to tell something. He is spending money like anything in this social project. In fact, I do not know whether the family members are permitting them to spend money like this. No family member will permit. I have to thank the Mrs. permitting to go here and there, here and there, throughout it, never bothered about his family member. For which I have to thank his Mrs. Kamaraj also and the sons of Mrs. Kamaraj. Because not only spending time, spending money like anything. So, we have done something, and so many able chief engineers, retired chief engineers, and so many retired super engineers, joint chief engineers, and myself, for the past 4 years, we are doing hard work to implement this viable project. And these are all certain limits, limitation of fund. So on his behalf and on the NAWAD Council members, I request you recommend to the government to take up a feasible studies for which you try to recommend to grant some amount to take up feasibility studies. Even computer simulation, we have to spend a lot from our own. We are all the retired people. We are getting pension. Some amount we are spending, even to and fro. I am coming from 15 kilometers, for which I have to spend from my pension. So how it is possible? So you have to recommend such a thing is going on in Madurai. People are doing willingly, and we are also spending some amount. But to take up a feasibility studies, you have to recommend to the higher authorities. This also we will take up. We don't say any other project should not be. This project also take up for a study purpose. Then we will come to a conclusion whether it is possible, technically viable, technically feasible, economically viable. Unless otherwise, take up a study. How it is we can decide. So it is my humble request. You please recommend to the higher authorities to grant some amount and for technical studies, further studies, in which we cannot go here and there. And also I request on behalf of the NAWAD Council member, kindly provide a space in Delhi. We will sit there and do some studies. That also consider our request. Then I have got, because Professor Clinton also referred, I want to have raise two questions, general questions. Anybody can answer. Political leaders are raising their voice for nationalization of rivers. Is there any proposal in the government? One of my doubts and question. And our Professor Kamala, Chairman of our Council, and some legal experts are of the opinion that as per our Constitution itself, it is possible for interlinking of rivers without nationalization of rivers. Is it possible? Do you have any? Thank you, sir, for having given me permission to put forth our ideas.
440. Close to much over time now.
I am again introducing myself, Mr. Swami, retired secretary. Mr. Rumchand was telling media interlinking proposal is not possible, and Contour Canal is a foolish thing. Like that, media is telling, he is telling. If I say one fact, all this will vanish. There is already a canal about more than 500 kilometers from Markanam to Nellore. That is Buckingham Canal, interconnecting so many rivers. It is Contour Canal. It was functioning very well. Now only it is deteriorated. It is a Contour Canal connecting all the rivers in the coastal area. Now the proposal is in the hilly regions upstream. So it is not a dream. It is not a fantasy. It can be it is a reality. Only thing is our will is required. There is our Vedaranyam Canal, Avium Canal, all are Contour canals. But these are in canal, coastal area. Now we want it in upper area for more benefits, enhanced benefits. So it is a possibility.
Somebody pointed out the independent group's observation from there, and in fact it was only they who suggested us to go in for computer simulation. Because of their suggestion only, we went for computer simulation in the Indian Institute of Science, spending our own money. It is quite a good sum for us, even for doing for one stretch. So they have done it, and we also given the details to our DG. So because only on their suggestion we did it, not otherwise. And KP Gupta was also there when they suggested it. It's a different matter, that not, we will not involve him. And then Mr. S.K. Shindra was telling that to create 430 BCM capacity, holding capacity, it is very huge. Of course, it's only 1/3 of it we need, but total 430 BCM. Well, in states, they have 6 times the holding capacity for the water available. So if they have a very bad drought, still they can manage for a year or 2. That's possible for them. But I don't say we have to create 6 times the availability. As he himself pointed out, we have already utilized 250 BCM of the 690 BCM. I am telling in BCM. It's a million hectometer cube. So we already used nearly 250 BCM out of 690 BCM.
But not utilized,
So-
that is storage created.
Yeah.
You utilize much more.
No, it is utilized, sir. That is what utilized flow is
You
been
put 213 is the storage created. Storage
It is
created.
our total availability of flow, that the availability of water, we have storage, created storage for so much to hold. Yeah, that's right. And here, we are planning to have a holding capacity total 430 BC. That is, the water required, how we are planning, why we are planning is that the water required for our food production by 2050. Suppose you are not creating this capacity, then before 2050 you have to venture on a new project, another project, and complete it before 2050. Do you think it is possible? Because we have been working on this project interlinking for the 40 years, we have been contemplating, and we have not come to any conclusion. We couldn't. We are still doing the feasibility study, things like that. So our planning is to have the food production, 500 million tons of food production we need by 2050. We're already 200 million tons. We need another 300 million tons. So our plan is to have the 500 million tons. That is the requirement, normal requirement. Maybe it's a deficit, if you are having a deficit requirement, something less than what possible. But if we take the correct requirement, as the international standard, even 500 tons, that is the capacity we have to create. So it is not a very big dream or a very big idea, a fancy idea we are thinking of. Then, somebody has pointed out the flood water. If you are using all the flood water, what will happen? No, we are not using all the flood water. Though our project is a mega project, consume mega as a mega project, we use only 30% of the flood water. Still 70% of the flood water goes to sea as waste. And we don't need it. Because this 30% will be able to get at our needs. So that is how this has been planned. And our friend Mr. Jodi, which is in Hyderabad, he was telling about the flow chart of Krishna. He says he has been observing data for the last 10 years. And he commented, it's wrong.
40 years.
Okay, 40 years. I'm sorry to hear such words. Because what you have given is for 90 years, not even 40 years. And that has been provided by the authority. It's not mine. That has been provided. So that has been provided by the authorities, and that has been taken into consideration. That is what is shown here. So if you want to verify, please verify it, sir. It is there already with you also, you can verify. But please don't comment casually, it's wrong. And please, because we are all on the same boat, trying to do something for the country. It's not that you or mine or anything. We are all thinking of something good for the country. That's why we are taking the data and things that they're counting the data. So, if there is some mistake, please point out, we try to correct it. But the data given by the authorities, and that has only been converted and shown there. And the existing system, we have already explained, no existing system will be disturbed. Rather, they will be stabilized. And again, let me tell you, the 500 TMC capacity has been worked out, and we'll give the details. If you have any doubt, we are ready to give the details. You can also work out the section, everything, you can work out. And if you have a doubt, we will give you all the details. And everything, even the estimate and all, to our knowledge, we are doing the best, giving R&R, everything. So, that way, what we have presented is only a preliminary project. It's not final. We have not done any feasibility study. It's only pre-feasibility study we have done, as you all know. And it is such a big task for us. It's a big mammoth task for us, as far as we are concerned. We are only, as Chakramoorthy was pointing, we are spreading our own money, pocket money, whatever is possible. That's all. And so, we have done a lot of work. Collecting data, going and seeing the field studies, getting from states, the contour maps, things like that. All that we have been doing out of national interest. So, these things, we have got the studies, and you try to supplement, and we needed to go for feasibility study. Unless there is a feasibility study, nothing can be proved. It's right. So now, you may ask so many questions. I may be able to answer most of the questions, okay, but not all your questions. Because I may not be having all the data with me. So, for this only, we need further studies also. This is a very good forum, they have come, and very good interaction. It's like a parliament, but nothing personal, it's anybody. You don't have anything personal, I don't have anything personal. After all, we are working for the nation. And a different side. So, that way, now nobody is against anybody. We had a very good discussion, very hot discussion, direct discussion, commenting. Jyoti comment, no, it's wrong. It's nothing wrong. In Delhi, it's also nothing wrong, because he feels that way, but we can verify. Oh, we had a heated discussion. All this, with a good intention, something must come through, and that too very fast. Some viable project we must have, and that too very fast, that should be executed, so that the country's needs are met quickly. With these words, I close. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Kandra. Now, for the last 3 hours, we have been discussing this technical and various other, and it can be drainage, it can be development in industry. If you want to understand the silt problem, kindly go and see the rivers of Bihar and West Bengal. There's entire rivers are silted, and the rivers are overflowing because the entire beds are silted now. The rivers are not flowing at all. That's the condition of river. What to talk of canals now. The silt problem is not that easy. All this perhaps will need a lot more study before we can comment on anything. So, thank you very much. I will conclude with this technical session. Please.
Sri S.K. Naidu, Assistant Engineer, NWD Hyderabad, will present the moment to the report here. Now,
well, we had a very interesting day. One difference that I found, I was in a similar gathering yesterday, and I have been sitting through the whole day today. One difference is no one dozed off. Yesterday I had to keep them awake by telling them some jokes, and so that makes all the difference. How interesting is the subject and how important is the subject. And see, Normally, in the TV you say what you call as Patti Mandram. I didn't feel that way. Just one side presenting what they have and the other side presenting something else. That reminds me of this recent discussions that are going on with Pakistan, because they have asked for appointing a neutral expert. So to be prepared to face them, we have formed 3 groups. One is our views, and the other group will take as if Pakistan's views. Our own people will take what Pakistan will say and how we should be able to face them. When a neutral expert is appointed, then of course, as usual, myself and secretary, we are the apex body to decide how we should go. So I am sure it's not like that here. And of course, in fact, if it is like that, I am sure Professor Kamaraj will welcome. See, by that he gets to know what are the things that he has to look into even more in detail. And as he had requested, all the questions raised, he said they are very relevant and they would like to go further into details of it. So you can just give it to him in writing. He has made a request and that can be passed on. But then I am asked to conduct this session with these few opening remarks. I think if any one of you want to, because you are like panelists. And if any, maximum 2, just in 2 minutes, if you want to summarize it, not raising the issues, but what you have felt about this from the audience, and then the panelists, maybe you can just continue. That way the total time is 5 minutes.
Associated with NABARD. Just now I have been asking the hotel owner why the AC is not working. He simply answered that, sir, your participants are, by discussion they are creating a modest heat. I told it's not very strange, because whenever we engineers meet, we will quarrel, or we will shout, or we will disagree for any other point. But here, there is an agreement with the disagreement. But all of us, our focus is to find a solution for a long-lasting problem, that is the effective utilization of the national rivers. Both sides, even though we had a small barrier of corridor, we had unique thinking. As Chairman said, all of us were discussing our solution should be problem-free. This, we are very grateful at this outcome of this session, that we are all having a new ideas, new perspective, new thinking. Anyway, as a member of the NABARD, we should thank everyone who is assembled. At the same time, the ball is kept rolling. It is the duty of all engineers to make it realistic and implementable. As you say, that is, everyone must accept it is a long-lasting solution. Thank you.
Thank you. You said the ball is rolling, it's not in my court.
I won't take much time. I will react to only a few small things which have been mentioned during the last discussions in the last session. Then I think the procedure would be the chairperson of the last sessions will give their impressions of what they felt about their respective session, and then we would request Chairman Central Water Commission to give his impressions about the discussions. Somebody just mentioned that there has been enough heat generated, and we agree to disagree. I fully agree with you on this. We agree to disagree. And engineers and the scientists, if they don't disagree, there cannot be any progress. The progress has to be there. If I say something and somebody else agrees, where is the progress? We have to think of that. But somebody said in the beginning that maybe we came with a negative mind and now we are going with a positive mind. I completely disagree with this statement, sir. Because I came with a positive mind, and listening to NABARD Council, I have been left more confused. So we are agreeing to disagree and to take this, not this agreement, but this disagreement further. Thank you very much.
Well, if you won't misunderstand what somebody said at Bangalore yesterday, I'm sure you won't mind. Okay. I was asking him about, we were talking about the current issues. Then he came up with this internally, what is happening. And then this National Waterways project also. And I think you got your dissemination studies from Indian Institute of Science. One of the leading scientists who was aware of it. He said, no, it looks like Professor Kamaraj has managed to confuse them also. It's not only you. Well, I don't mean it. But this just incidentally, just maybe to keep you awake. Well,
now, I am very happy that we had a very lively discussion. I cannot say it was a detailed discussion because many of the technical issues which were raised were not discussed in a more in-depth, Therefore, the technical issues are very serious issues. We cannot brush aside, when I say that the breach will be a big problem, we cannot brush aside, no, engineering will take care of that. It is not so simple like that. Even as our member pointed out, siltation is not a simple technical issue to be simply brushed aside. Many of the technical issues I feel were brushed aside. Therefore, we need, I feel, after listening to all the presentations and the discussions, I somehow feel further in-depth study would be needed. Whatever study was carried out by the council, I congratulate them with the limited resources they have done. But further studies may be required if you want to take any further decision on this. We cannot take a decision just by one day seminar here and go ahead with the feasibility as they were requesting a feasibility study on their project. That's my view after the deliberations of the two sessions, in the morning and afternoon. And we should also take it as a positive thing that a lot of issues were raised by the Central Water Commission and NWD officers and others also. We take it as positively and think over now and then try to positively approach your project and try to improve the project. First of all, I would like to repeat again. First of all, let us not forget about Dastur's plan. It is very similar to Dastur's plan. Dastur's plan was rejected by 2 technical committees. Therefore, we are proposing a similar project. You should be doubly sure that whatever objections were raised on Dastur's plan were taken care of in this project. That is the first thing, basic thing we should do first. Then only go in for the further any refinement or anything. Therefore, first we should overcome what are the objections raised on Dastur's plan. Right? Answer them first. First, recognize that your concept is very similar to Captain Dastur's concept with some modifications. First line you should write that, but unfortunately I didn't find the Captain Dastur's word at all in the presentation. That pinched me because in 1977 I was in the Central Water Commission. I was in the Canals Directorate as Assistant Director. We took the topo sheets. We were drawing the alignment of the canal, Himalayan Canal. What will be the height of the dams and all we were actually working out. And the objections were raised based on our studies, myself and my colleagues' studies. Therefore, I am very much particular that people should recognize they are right that this concept was mooted by Captain Dastur in 1977. We have made some improvement. We have answered all the objections raised by the technical committees at that time. Now this is our project. This is an improvement over the source project. This will take care of all the objections and this should be implemented. Then only we will get them some confidence to look into it further. Even though we had some technical objections, we can look into it more seriously and see whether we can do anything on this project. Thank you.
Thank you. See, normally when you write any paper, at the end of it you write, the opinions expressed in this paper are not necessarily of the organization. So we are here free to express what we feel so that we find, see only when you go through a confusion and the problem, what comes out will be like, when silver is, they heat it up and when the scum is removed, you see the shine out of it. So that is how we are like refiners, trying to refine what is there, and we really appreciate the efforts that you have put in. And in fact, someone said they have done much more than what is required. So to that extent, we really appreciate. Please don't take it in a negative sense also. But then wherever the issues come up, we have to find solutions for it. And now,
friends, as I said earlier, this is a mega concept, and all the related issues are also mega issues. We are not, as I told in the morning, NWD after 20 years of detailed investigation studies have not yet reached even the DPR stage. That much amount of effort they have put in. Every issue that is linked with this, whether it's interstate issue, international issue, environmental issue, RR issue, financial issue, everything is going to be mega problem here. As chairman is taking consensus meeting with the states, even on the last step, BCM or the last drop of water, people are fighting now. We are last so many months we are saying decision is almost there, but that last one is so there are a lot of more thought and study we have to go before the concept can get sliced and some views can be taken on this.
I fully agree with the remarks given by Baba, CWC and Langoyan sir, that it's a very complex project, water issues are very complex and needs more and more studies.
and in fact, the sincerity of Professor Kamaraj, in fact, I don't know, I myself was telling someone he is working so hard, he is running up and down to achieve this. And incidentally, after that only someone was mentioning about his sincerity in his approach. I really am grateful to you and I really appreciate what you are doing and your team of engineers. And there is a think tank here, and let us put our minds together, whether it is a government and with the state's consultation, let's try to go ahead. That would be my remarks on this as a concluding remark. So thank you very much.
SK Civil. Shri Mr. R.K. Sharma, Director General and NWDA, here are you. Respected Chairman CWC, respected Member WDNB CWC, respected Director General National Water Development Agency, senior officers from Central Water Commission, Ministry of Water Resources, National Water Development Agency, Professor C. Kamaraj, and members of the Nawab Council, colleagues and friends. A month ago, when I received an instruction from the Director General to proceed to Madurai and explore the possibility of conducting a workshop there, I was very much delighted because the senior officers coming to a place under my jurisdiction. But that was short-lived. When I came to Madurai, I found that there was only one Indian Airlines flight operating to Madurai, and I was sure that senior officers may not make it possible to come to Madurai because 3 days will have to be spent for attending this workshop. But in spite of that, Chairman CWC could make it convenient to come to this workshop and lead
the proceedings and the deliberations during the whole day. We are grateful to you, sir. Please accept our sincere thanks. We are grateful to member WPNP who has presided over the second important session during the day, technical session during the day, for coming over to this place and attending, participating in the deliberation. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our Director General R.K. Sharma for giving all guidance and suitable approvals at the right time, and also for selecting a place under my jurisdiction for conducting this workshop. And thank you, sir. Next, I would like to thank Mr. Ilan Mohan, Chief Engineer, Chief Monitoring NACO, who has put in almost more than 6 years as Chief Engineer South. Under his guidance, all the technical works of the peninsular component were carried out. We have chaired the first session of the meeting. We are grateful to you, sir. Thank you very much. I would like to thank Mr. M.S. Gupta from Ministry of Water Resources, who made a presentation on IGE to come over here and be with us during the workshop. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to thank Mr. N.A. Bandari, Chief Engineer at Waterways and NWDA. He has worked a lot for this workshop, and as well as he has given all whatever I needed from the headquarters, he has given to me, extended it to me at the right time. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to thank Professor A.C. Kamaraj for his presentation of his proposals, and all the members of the Nawab Council who has participated in the deliberations and presented their views. Thank you all, sir. I would like to thank officers of the Central Water Commission, senior officers of the who participated in the deliberations and expressed their views. Thank you, sir. Now I would like to thank officers of the National Water Development Agency, especially those who came from Delhi for the last 2 days. Yes, gave me full support for arranging this workshop. Thank you very much. Thank you all very much. I would like to, my special thanks goes to Mr. M. Ramachandran, Executive Engineer, Chennai. You may be knowing that we don't have any office at Madurai, NWDA. So he has operated from Chennai, but so far I have not received any complaint about the arrangements what we have made. Everything went very successfully as far as I may be, but anyhow, some negative opinion has not come to me. So I will take it granted that it was a grand success, this workshop. My special thanks therefore goes to him. I would also like to thank the hotel management for providing all necessary assistance needed. And whenever we made some changes, last minute changes also, without any hesitation, they have accepted all the changes. We are grateful to the hotel management also. I would like to thank everybody once again. Thank you very much.